All right, everyone, we're back to the studio here. Met up with Mike at Eider Fire Department, discussed some stuff, and also he purchased the shirt, so I tried to get home as quick as possible. There is some severe thunderstorm warnings in effect. Before I hook my station up, let's go ahead and get right on with those. Severe thunderstorm warning in effect. Looks like if that would come up, that would be great. Let's see if I can pull it up. There we go. Severe thunderstorm warning issued at 3:10 p.m. until, looks like 3:10 p.m. Central Daylight Time until June 6th at 4:15 p.m. But National Weather Service Huntsville issued a severe thunderstorm warning for northeastern Marshall County, northeast Alabama, Jackson County and northeast Alabama, southeastern Madison County and north central Alabama, central DeKalb County in northeast Alabama. That's until 4:15. At 3:10, a severe thunderstorm was located near Woodville, or 14 miles west of Scottsboro, moving east at 35 miles per hour. 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts expected. Locations impacted include Huntsville, Scottsboro, Fort Payne, Rainsville, Henniger, Stevenson, Sylvania, Owens Crossroads, Fife, and Hollywood. So let me get my stations hooked up here. All right. So it looks like this big batch of stuff is located around Gurley, just northeast of Paint Rock and Woodville. I need to do some corrections to my stream here. So bear with me. Let me go ahead and do that. You know what? Let's just make this a little bit easier. There we go. That way I don't have to name each and every one of them out. Okay. So sorry about that again, everybody. Glad you liked the shirt, Brandy Elrod. Nice meeting you. Like I said, a little bit behind today. We're looking at a big batch of showers and thunderstorms producing some potentially damaging wind gusts. Let's get that velocity scan up. Definitely seeing some of those damaging wind gusts going toward Pleasant Grove. So if you're in the Pleasant Groves area, you got some damaging wind gusts, some peaks damaging wind gusts showing up all throughout the storm. Looks like it's around the Nat Mountain area and County Road 215 there, just to the west of Nat Mountain, moving to the northeast, or rather to the kind of to the east-northeast. Looks like that, again, it's going toward the Pleasant Groves area. So that's where the damaging winds are. I know that DeKalb County is also in that severe thunderstorm warning. But at this time, it is not coming our direction. It's rather staying to the north. That's why the box, the uncertainty polygon here is so large, because they're just unsure which way it's going to go at this point. But looks like that big batch is going toward Pleasant Groves and even Skyline. And we've got some storms that are doing some odd stuff. They're moving in rather odd directions, that's for sure. So we got one near Skyline now. It's moving to the south. Kind of toward Hollywood and Scottsboro. This one's moving southeast. And then we got one near Pleasant Groves that's moving east-northeast, which is kind of different. I'll put it that way. Overall, though, looking at Marshall County, there's some shower thunderstorm activity south of Douglas, moving to the kind of the east-northeast. Looks like that'll go toward Mountain Borough and Sardis. So overall, all of our activity looks to be in Jackson County at this point. Looks like they issued a warning out on that one south of High Top, too. So let me jump in here and take a look at this. And if I sound exhausted, I am. It's almost 85 degrees in here. Our air has tore up. So it is exhausting. And the humidity feels like it's outrageous in here. So hopefully we get that air fixed really, really soon. This is KO4FUN monitoring. But very nice to meet up with Mike. As always, love talking to Mike. If I ever had a brother, he's an older brother of mine. So let's just put it that way. Good talking with Mike at Ider Fire Department. Discuss some things, and also he bought a shirt from me, but the green ones haven't came in yet, but the pink ones have. So getting a lot of those out to people that ordered them. It's going to be, take a little time to get them done because there's so many. And I had another person order one while I was there in the parking lot, so I was tickled over that. So let's focus back on the weather here, though. Looks like there's an outflow boundary developing just ahead of this this severe thunderstorm. Looks like that's going to move kind of towards Scottsboro and Hollywood. So some gusty winds out ahead of that. There could also be some more development along that gust front. We'll have to keep an eye on that and see if that does happen, and it more than likely will. It could develop thunderstorms along that anywhere around Scottsboro and Hollywood. So we're watching that to see if that does happen. Let me get that off of there. All right, let's move it back to velocity. So still seeing some damaging winds now just to the north of Pleasant Groves. Looks like around Trenton and Little Nashville. That's moving off to looks like to the northeast, kind of toward Holly Tree and up towards Skyline. I know you guys have got a storm at Skyline that's moving to the southeast currently, which is really weird. And newest radar scans showing definite damaging winds now to the northeast of Little Nashville. So if you're around Skyline or Holly Tree, it's kind of in between you. Holly Tree, you still can see some gusty to damaging winds there, but looks like this big batch of damaging winds is going kind of toward Jacobs Mountain and Fox Mountain area. And I forgot. Let's get this up here. Stage 28 Skywarn, severe weather update. Sorry about that. Severe thunderstorm warning remains in effect until 4:15 Central Daylight Time for northeastern Marshall, Jackson, and southeast Madison and central DeKalb. Looks like at 3:23:22. Let me clear my voice. Stage 28, standby. I'm so sorry, everybody. I'm getting a cold. At 3:22 p.m. Central Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm was located 7 miles west of Scottsboro, moving east at 35 miles per hour. 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. Source radar indicated. Looks like locations impacted would be Scottsboro, Fort Payne, Rainsville, Henniger, Stevenson, Sylvania, Owens Crossroads, Fife, Hollywood, and Powell. Currently looking at Doppler radar. We're not got any of those storms moving into DeKalb currently. The biggest area of concern with these were going to be damaging winds just to the northeast of Little Nashville along, looks like County Road 20, north around, looks like that's County Road 65, just to the north of Trenton and northeast of Little Nashville, seeing some really nasty winds there. Looks like it's going northeast toward Fort Mountain and Jacobs Mountain area. Potentially, it might make it to Skyline, so that's what we're watching right now. Several different areas of the storms we're currently watching. Station 28 clear 332. Okay, let's update this here. I believe an update just came out. Let's see. Sorry for having to clear my voice so much. It must just be the humidity in here. Let's see here. I just saw an update. Not sure why it's not showing it now. Oh, that's the update. This is KO4FU and all amateur radio operators. Update from the National Weather Service at 3:22 p.m. Central Daylight Time. A severe thunderstorm was located 7 miles west of Scottsboro, moving east at 35 miles per hour. 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail possible. That's radar indicated. Locations impacted by this storm would be Scottsboro, Fort Payne, Rainsville, Henniger, Stevenson, Sylvania, Owens Crossroads, Fife, Hollywood, and Powell. The strongest part of the storm looks to be currently just to the northeast of Little Nashville and northeast of Pleasant Groves in Jackson County. This is KO4FUN. Yeah, so now seeing it shift kind of toward the skyline area. Some of those damaging outflow winds are now going toward the skyline area. He said I was breaking up bad. Okay, let's swap out here. That was my fault. I had it on the wrong antenna. KM4BRU. This is KO4FU. Am I making it any better? Okay, he said yes. Yeah, my mistake. Wrong antenna. It's a good way to mess your radio up. But thankfully it's got some stuff in there that hopefully it didn't do that. Okay, he says some of it was acknowledgeable, not all of it. All right, some of my communication made it and others didn't, so. This is KO4FUN, all amateur radio operators. Let me try this again. I was advised that my transmission was very broken up. So let's try this one more time so I can make it a little bit more knowledgeable. This is KO4FUN advising update from the National Weather Service at 3:22 p.m. Central Daylight Time. A severe thunderstorm was located 7 miles west of Scottsboro, moving east at 35 miles per hour, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts, and quarter-size hail. Areas impacted potentially looks like Scottsboro, Fort Payne, Rainsville, Henniger, Stevenson, Sylvania, Owens Crossroads, Fife, Hollywood, and Powell. Looks like the heaviest of the stuff now is moving towards Skyline. Don't really see anything moving toward our county yet, but we'll keep an eye on it. Still under a warning. It's KO4FUN. Awesome. Good, good, good. All right, so I do see some pop-up stuff developing out there. Looks like along that gust front. Almost looks like all this is wanting to build to the north towards Skyline. It's actually colliding with this thunderstorm moving toward Hollywood. So if you're in Pikeville, Black Ankle area, going toward Hollywood, you got some nasty storms coming your way. These two cells have collided together, moving in different directions. So that's got me a little concerned. There is now some broad rotation with it near Manor Cove. I was kind of worried about that with these two cells moving in different directions, colliding. But right now, that's all I see is some broad rotation with it going toward, looks like Skyline and Hollywood. They're moving in different directions. So this storm here is actually going this direction. These winds you see here, and these are going this direction. So as you can see, understandable why we got a bit of rotation right here. These two are colliding together, so keeping an eye on that very carefully as it moves on off to the, this cell moves southeast, and this one, their skyline, moves to kind of the northeast. It really depends. It may just completely turn directions here, so let's take a look. Keep an eye on that. Yeah, really nasty looking little storm there, colliding together, moving toward Hollywood. So in Hollywood, you guys be ready. You're probably going to get some hail. There is some hail in there. And some damaging winds, especially if you're around Pikeville or Black Ankle area. County Road 34, I believe that is, and County Road 33, along with County Road 21, around Pikeville, Black Ankle area. You probably have a very nasty looking storm you're seeing out there, moving off to the southeast. It looks like it may have changed direction on us, so let's see what happens. They are colliding together. Let me back out, make sure I ain't missing nothing. For DeKalb County, honestly, none of this is coming our way yet, except for that storm up to the north here toward Hollywood. It is coming our way. So we'll keep an eye on that to see what happens with it, if it does make it into our county. But regardless, we are still under a severe thunderstorm warning.
I'll be checking in for now.
Roger that. Isaiah, got you checking in. Currently, we're watching some severe thunderstorms in Jackson County. Looks like to around Skyline, and also one going toward Hollywood. Pretty nasty looking little storm there, heading that direction. So, of course, if you're in Jackson County, but DeKalb's also under a severe thunderstorm warning, as well as northeastern Marshall County is under one as well. Station 28 standing by. Any reports? Pass them along.
So you're going to be just west of Harvey under this inflow.
Adam here checking in. I'm in Rising Georgia at the current moment in time.
Roger, received. I got you checked in. You seeing anything down that way, Adam? It doesn't look like it, but
currently up here in Rising, we're up here on top of the mountain. The clouds are starting to roll in dark, but nothing serious at the moment. No.
Sounds like his internet fell out or something. Roger that. Any reports, feel free to pass them along. We're currently watching the storm near Hollywood. Two different areas have collided together. One's moving to the northeast and the other one's moving to the southeast. So they've collided together, watching that for any rotation. That is going right toward Hollywood. And it looks like this storm might actually be changing direction and moving south. So we'll keep an eye on it. Not seeing nothing too concerning other than maybe some damaging winds with it. Yeah, so Hollywood, you guys get ready. Guys,
10-4, and I'll keep my eye out. I'll be up here on top of the lookout in Rising Fawn until about 8:30. So,
Roger that. You're going to be at your department. Am I correct?
I'm actually at work. I work up here at Macklemore Golf Resort. This is where I shared that Doppler radar that we have on top of the golf house. We right here on lookout. I'm a security officer up here, so I keep my eyes open while I'm up here.
Roger that. Okay, I got you. Thanks for the correction there. Station 28, standing by at 342. All right, now let me move to any comments. I know I've been tied up, and looks like there's a mesoscale discussion just going out. I did not mean to click that up. Let me go see if I can get this to go back. Nope. Go back. Okay. Looks like a mesoscale discussion was just issued out, I believe, or that's a big, gigantic special weather statement. One, I've never seen a weather statement that big, so it's got to be mesoscale. Yep. Stage 28 update from the Storm Prediction Center. Mesoscale discussion 1150 in effect. Storm Prediction Center, Norman, Oklahoma. It's areas affected eastern Tennessee, northeastern Alabama, and far northwest Georgia concerning a severe thunderstorm watch potential issuing. Watch issuance potential 40%. Summary looks like it says scattered thunderstorms with isolated wind damage or marginally severe hail will persist for the next few hours, but the need for a watch is currently uncertain at this time. Scattered thunderstorms have formed in the unstable warm sector from northern Alabama into middle and eastern Tennessee. This area of convection is removed to the east-southeast of the remnant of the MCV over southeastern Missouri, and local BWPS show correspondingly weak flow and vertical shear. Some losing clustering of storms may occur with outflow mergers through late afternoon and evening, but it's not clear. Basically, at this time, unclear if a thunderstorm watch is going to be issued. So let's break that down, but it is a possibility. Station 28 clear, update 344. Thanks, Brandy. I'm glad you like the shirt. It looks like it really suits you well. And yeah, if you can send more orders, hey, the more the better. I'm currently looking through all the comments here. Thanks, Brandy, so much for posting those updates in the chat. No problem, Janice. Okay, and getting back to it, not seeing a really, big deal, but Hollywood definitely has some strong winds, maybe some damaging winds coming in as well. So I'm going to keep an eye on that. Let me look back on the high-res velocity scan. I do see some potentially some damaging winds over Hollywood right now, but looks like the storm to the west has really weakened a lot. I'm not seeing, as you notice, those bright colors have just went out. I'll be honest, it almost looks like a microburst went down somewhere around Skyline. So I'm really shocked that I'm not hearing wind damage reports, in that area. Let me try to adjust my station real quick. Dang it. I'll have to get back to it in a minute. But looks like there was a downburst that occurred right at Fork Mountain, Jacobs Mountain, and Skyline. So definitely looks like a microburst has occurred there. What you're seeing is the wind hitting the ground, spreading out. I'm almost 100% sure that there's a microburst as yet somewhere around Skyline, County Road 107. Also kind of near Holly Tree, but to the northeast. Definitely a nice microburst there. So some wind damage very possible anywhere from Baileytown to Skyline to even Holly Tree, Jacobs Mountain, Fork Mountain area. County Road 138 looks like there was a downburst, microburst. Some of those winds could have exceeded 60 miles per hour, especially near Skyline or to the south, kind of toward Maynard Cove where this thing spread it out. So, yeah, classic example of what a microburst looks like on Doppler radar. New severe thunderstorm warning being issued. I do see some very high winds coming in there. If this thing would open up, that'd be great. Severe thunderstorm warning in effect until, looks like it was issued out at 3:14 until 4:15. Severe thunderstorm warning for northern Jackson County, northeast Alabama, southeastern Franklin County, middle Tennessee. Severe thunderstorm was located 8 miles northeast of Skyline or 18 miles north of Scottsboro, moving east at 25 miles per hour. 60 mile per hour wind gust, radar indicated. Looks like areas impacted: Winchester, Bridgeport, Stevenson, Kawan, Skyline, Sewanee, Anderson, High Top, Baston, Princeton. And let me give an update on this real quick. It's Station 20 at Skywarn advising. I'm not sure if we got Jake or Josh in here from the EMA office, but looks like a microburst has occurred anywhere from around Skyline to Baileytown area. Looks like possibly along County Road 146, or that may be Highway 146. I don't know. I think it's County Road. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's County Road. I could be wrong. Looks like County Road 146 and County Road 138 and Highway 79. Somewhere right in there. Nice microburst has occurred in those areas, so I'm not sure if any damage is coming out yet. Station 28 clear, 348. Another good little downburst occurring now. Looks like it went over Hollywood, moving toward Nacotchee Point subdivision, Martintown, Riverland Estates. Moving off to the east toward County Road 213, Fackler area as well. Looks like it's going toward Wanville, County Road 116, 48. And looks like it'll be moving kind of toward Georgetown as well. So a nice little downburst occurring there. Looks like this may be a downburst event with these storms. And the microburst, which of course this is summer, I keep forgetting. These storms are very, very known to produce microbursts in the summertime. So kind of a, expected trend. Looks like it's just now on top of getting close to Hollywood. Okay, looks like that warning has been kind of changed direction here. This is KO4FUN, all amateur radio operators. Update from the National Weather Service. At 3:49 p.m., a severe thunderstorm warning remains in effect until 4:15 Central Daylight Time for Central Jackson and North Central DeKalb counties. At 3:47 p.m., a severe thunderstorm was located near Hollywood, or 10 miles northeast of Scottsboro, moving to the east at 35 miles per hour. This storm has produced wind damage in the Trenton area of Jackson County, as I was just, talking about that literally. Hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to roof siding and trees. Areas impacted will be Scottsboro, Henniger, Stevenson, Hollywood, Skyline, Ider, Pisgah, Martintown, Rosalie, and Fabius. This is KO4FUN. So there has been wind damage reported in the Trenton area of Jackson County. Not surprised with that downburst at all. All right, let me try to switch something out here. Having to switch some things around here because I'm having to use a backup antenna for my scanner at this point, considering I've got the other up. All right, everybody, stand by. Phone call. 1 second. Sorry, I had a phone call I had to take there. Let's get back to the radar. All right, so our concern right now is around Hollywood and also going across Highway 72 around Wanville and Fackler areas, also Nahuchi Point. Now, I don't know how to even say that. Martintown area, Hollywood, that's our areas of concern right now, and the Mud Creek Wildlife Management area and the Fackler area as well. So that's what we're keeping an eye on. There is a severe thunderstorm warning still in effect. 60 mile per hour wind gusts, quarter size hail, emergency management. At 3:47, a severe thunderstorm was located near Hollywood, or 10 miles northeast of Scottsboro, moving east at 35 miles per hour. This storm has produced wind damage in the Trenton area of Jackson County. Source was emergency management. Hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to roof siding and trees. Areas impacted will be Scottsboro, Henniger, Stevenson, Hollywood, Skyline, Ider, Pisgah, Martintown, Rosalie, and Fabius. Looking into Cobb County, there is a warning in effect, but it's not here yet. And it may or may not make it here. We do have some scattered thunderstorm activity anywhere from Rainsville to Hammondville, but nothing serious yet. Next batch I'm keeping an eye on is moving toward the Cherokee Ridge area and northwestern and western Marshall counties. Some of that could be severe. And we also have some thunderstorm activity now developing around Albertville and Boaz area. So that's moving off to the northeast. Looks like that will move into the Crossville, Dawson, Geraldine area here pretty shortly. So some heavier stuff there too we're keeping an eye on. But right now we're live due to this warning that's still in effect. Yeah, it looks like there could be some more wind damage with this thing if it does produce a downburst, which it looks like it very well could. I'm not seeing that yet. Okay, there's something going on around Hollywood, it looks like. I'm not seeing that classic signature, but it does look like there might be a bit of a downburst going on. I'll be honest, I'm not certain that this storm is going to move into DeKalb County, even though we are under a warning. I mean, it is possible. It is, kind of spreading out. That's going to be those downburst winds are spreading out. I did not mean to go that far north. Oh, nice view. Again, I'm not certain that it's going to move into DeKalb County at this point, but it very well could. I'm starting to see some of that downburst making its way toward Pisgah currently. Again, not 100 million% sure that it's going to make it into DeKalb, to be honest with you. I mean, we got some wind, maybe, but it looks like this thing may be producing a downburst again. Let's get that scan up here. So definitely some very high winds over Hollywood, Scottsboro areas, even going toward Pisgah and Stevenson. Seeing what looks like a downburst at this point, a very large downburst at that. Yeah, just passing High Top towards Stevenson, Pisgah area, Hollywood. There's a possibility that Henniger could get some of those gusty to damaging winds. I'm not going to say it's not because I'm seeing it on the velocity scan here. But it looks like the highest of the winds are going over Pisgah and to the north. Looks like that would be County Road 491, County Road 426. That would be putting this going kind of toward the Ider area. And even the farther north portion there toward Flat Rock and potentially far northeast portion of DeKalb County around the Shiloh area. Really seeing a downburst occur now right on top of Wanville. And it's spreading on out to the east. And also moving over Stevenson. So looks like all this is tracking kind of toward the Ider area in our county and Shiloh. That's the Shiloh in the northeast portion of DeKalb County. You probably will get some gusty winds in Henniger, but not as bad as further north. So just a big mess with these storms. Oh my goodness, this dog. A downburst is a microburst. Downburst, microburst, yeah. Yeah, when these things start to get weak, that's exactly when you need to watch them in the summertime. That's when they start producing downburst, microburst, and you can have winds exceed 60 miles per hour. In some cases, when they hit the ground, they can spread out, and winds can gust anywhere between 70 and 80 miles per hour. They've been even higher than that before. So that's what we're watching currently. Looks like those winds still about to move into Henniger area shortly. It is just some gusty winds currently, but there is a warning in effect. So yeah, so if you're in the Ider area, get ready for some very high winds, potentially some damaging winds maybe. I know the warning box goes just right outside of Ider, but I'm just saying that for a reason. If those winds continue to be as strong as they look, they might need to extend that further into Ider. Right now, though, it looks like the highest of the winds, again, is going to be, looks like along County Road 91, County Road 48, 491 area around Yucca, Wanville, literally right on top of Wanville, moving to the east near Sulphur Springs, Fabius, Old Fabius, Liberty Hill. Eventually, it'll move into Rosalie, Schrader, Flat Rock area, and Overlook. It's currently moving that way now. So seeing the biggest batch of those winds going toward Flat Rock and Sulphur Springs currently. See if there's been an update here. Last update was at 3:47. Says KO4FUN to all amateur radio operators. We're still under a severe thunderstorm warning until 4:15. That's for DeKalb County. Areas impacted potentially, I'm going to say in our area, looks like around Ider area in our county. Some damaging winds showing up. Looks like just to the northwest of Ider. Looks like around Sulphur Springs area in Jackson County and Yucca. All that's moving off kind of to the east toward Flat Rock, and will eventually move into the Ider area and maybe even Henniger. Some gusty to damaging winds with that. Overall, that's all I've got for the update there. That's KO4FUN. Be standing by. Stage 28 Skywarn update. 402, looks like we got some damaging winds, strong to damaging winds currently moving over Pisgah, Sulphur Springs area in Jackson County, around Liberty Hill, Yucca, along County Road 91. Looks like there's a possibility some of these gusty to damaging winds might make it into Eider. Possibility some gusty to damaging winds moving into Henniger at this point. Around Morris Mill and Jackson County, Rosalie, Pisgah area, Schrader, Sulphur Springs, and emergency management has reported wind damage in the Trenton area. That will be due to a microburst that happened earlier with these storms. So right now, keeping an eye on Station 28, be clear, standing by for reports 403. Yeah, Mike, if you got a camera, you're definitely going to want it. Get a shot of this. And I'm so sorry I keep losing my voice. But anyway, I realized my mic was muted. So let's go over this again. Looks like the heaviest stuff is around Sulphur Springs, Yucca, along County Road 491. Looks like it will possibly make it into the Eider area. There could be some gusty damaging winds around Henniger as well, but it is going toward Eider, Flat Rock, Yorks Mill, Fairview area, and even Shiloh. Looks like there was an update just came out. Forgive me. The humidity is horrible in here. I'm not seeing any tornadoes at this point. If I'm not mentioning your area, there's a pretty good reason for that, just an FYI. But if I am mentioning your area, then you need to be concerned. Powell, you're not, if you're in Powell, Sylvania, Rainsville, Fife, any of them areas, no severe thunderstorm warning. It's all to the north and northeast of you. Keep in mind, I will not just leave you out. I will always mention it if it's heading your way. If I'm able to see on the radar that it's heading your way, I always mention it. Looks like towards Sulphur Springs, some of the heaviest stuff now moving toward Overlook and Flat Rock and Yorks Mill. And I'm going to get another radar up here. Oh, yeah, we got a ton of wind damage over in Jackson County. Yeah, tree damage like crazy just to the northwest of Pleasant Grove. So as this thing produced a microburst, it did produce some wind damage. So really seeing this cell weaken a lot. Still watching those winds coming toward Henniger currently, and also Eider. They could be 50 miles per hour, 40 to 50 plus easily. Okay, trees being reported down in Jackson County from this still. So it looks like the highest of the winds are going to come in between Eider and Shiloh. That's in the northeast parts of DeKalb County. That will be where the highest winds are heading currently. So just probably a few more minutes. I'm sure you see this coming. Like, I don't know how you could really miss it. It looks like a large shelf cloud approaching the Henniger and Eider area. I know Eider's not under the warning, but I'm still saying it should be. So there's some very high winds coming toward Eider. Also Shiloh, possibly making it that far into northeastern DeKalb. That's the northeast corner of DeKalb. Let me get the other radar up. Take a look at that as well. Looks like around the Overlook area in Jackson County, Flat Rock area, Eliza area in Jackson County, Shiloh and DeKalb, That's the northeast corner. County Road 155, 146. Also Fairview area, Beulah area, Cartersville, Old Belvin's Mill, York's Mill, and Eider area. Also Beatty Crossroads. So some very high winds coming your way, especially if you are anywhere around the Fairview, Deerhead Cove, and Beulah area, and Flat Rock in Jackson County. So very high winds. Also Sulphur Springs, some high winds, and Overlook. And some of those winds could be 60 miles per hour as they move in. Henniger, you do have some gusty winds coming, 50 miles per hour, 40 to 50 there. But some gusts might be a little bit higher than that, and then again might be a little lower. But it looks like it's entering Eider right this minute. These damaging winds, or gusty to damaging winds, are currently entering Eider.
Well, they really have one transfer going out of town. It's the residents going to where you have to deal with going in by Wilshire. And we're also about to have one earlier.
That's that information. Don't need to be on there. Let's see here. No problem, everybody. Until they get through talking, I'll just turn them off. All right, let's look down toward the Crossville, because I'm hearing a lot of thunder. Looks like there is some thunderstorms there around Crossville, or actually just to the south. Got some additional development now around Henniger, southeast of Henniger, Pisgah area. Starting to see it try to pick back up around Pisgah at this point. Also looks like south of Stevenson, or around Stevenson, they got some wind there. Gusty winds there as well. Still a warning in effect. So Bridgeport's got some pretty heavy stuff coming through there too. There is a warning in effect. So some very high winds, potentially damaging winds going toward or over Bridgeport currently. And looks like we got another line there to the west or east of Newmarket, now moving into Jackson County as well. All right, so it looks like those downburst winds are still currently moving into the northeast portion of DeKalb, around Eider and Shiloh areas. Also, Henniger, you got some high winds there too. And Flat Rock. Roger that. Thanks for checking in there, Isaiah. Have a good one. And 73. Man, I'll be glad to say C Guy gets here. See some additional thunderstorm development now out ahead. Looks like that's moving toward Eider, in between Henniger and Eider. Also some showers moving toward Habbonville, Valley Head area. And we have some pictures coming in. Oh, I hope this cancels soon, because I cannot take the heat in here much longer. It is so hot. Especially with all this equipment running, it don't help. All right, let's look at comments real quick. If you're in the Henniger area, you're going to get some of the winds for sure.
Rescue 1, 9511, Highway 431, rapid stairs.
Oh, man. Let's see. Yeah, overall, I'm seeing this big batch weaken a good bit, so these warnings should be canceling out here. I mean, they should have already canceled according to this. One more minute. Okay, so one more minute, and that will cancel for Jackson and Central DeKalb counties 1 minute from now. Also, if you want to, oh boy, I think I messed up my thing. My little radar crashed here. Let's see if I can get it back up. There we go. As I was saying, if you'd like to order a shirt, let me know. Any size, any color, $20, let me know. Be glad to do that for you. Just send me a message in on my page here. All right, so this warning has been allowed to expire for our counties, but it's still showing in effect on both radars. So I guess there's a little bit of a delay. Okay, it expired. This is KO4FUN, all amateur radio operators. The severe thunderstorm warning that was in effect for DeKalb County has now been canceled as of 4:15 p.m. This is KO4FUN, clear. All right, so it has been replaced with a special weather statement. So let's get that up. A strong thunderstorm will impact northeastern Jackson and northeast DeKalb counties through 5 o'clock. At 4:08, Doppler radar was tracking a strong thunderstorm near Pisgah, 14 miles south of Bridgeport, moving east at 20 miles per hour. Hazard will be wind gust up to 20 miles per hour. Why is my other radar not showing up? Okay, here we go. Looks like I'm about to run back over all that again, so let's do it one more time. My mistake. Gusty winds up to 50 miles per hour and pea-sized hail looks like it is near Pisgah or 14 miles south of Bridgeport, moving east at 20 miles per hour. Areas impacted: Scottsboro, Bridgeport, Henniger, Stevenson, Hollywood, Eider, Pisgah, Valley Head, Hammondville, and Mentone. All right, everybody, we're going to keep watching the radar. Got to get out of here. Thanks, everybody for watching, but I'm going to step out and get some air because I can't hardly breathe in here. The warnings have been canceled, but there could be some more pop-ups, so we'll be keeping an eye on them, and we'll also go back live if we need to as far as any severe thunderstorms if they develop. So thank each and every one of you for watching. I appreciate it, and let's get ready to wrap it up here with my sponsors, Mr. Dylan Snyder, Alabama Living Real Estate. For all your real estate needs, give him a call at 256-979-4330, and also RKG Automotive Group. Go check them out on Facebook, give them a like, and also if you find anything you like, give them a call at 256-323-7323. Also, Wade Swartz, if you got any damage from the storms or anything, or need any kind of bucket work done, stump removal, tree removal, give him a call at 256-558-9910. All right, everybody, God bless. Have a great rest of your evening. Stay weather aware, and we'll keep you updated here. I was just reading some of the comments here before I do get out of here. So, again, thanks each and every one of you, and have a great rest of your evening. Stay weather aware.